Cool. I am going to go ahead and get started. So there are three questions that I want to ask as a warm up today, in lieu of a whatever it's called, prologue, which will be returning next week. We'll have a prologue next week. Question one: this is half a question for you as a player, and half a question for your character as a creature. When you first created your character, you envisioned them as a specific alignment, and they carry that alignment right now on your character sheet. In your opinion, and in your character's opinion, you can either mold these two answers into one, or you can answer separately. It doesn't matter to me. In your opinion, does your character sheet reflect where your character believes they fall on the alignment scale? And if you could pick a second alignment for where you would want to be, not what you are right now, where you would want to be, what would that alignment be?
Where does it say that on our character sheet?
It'd be in description.
In the...
Okay. Oh, that's so good.
That's such a chaotic neutral answer.
Yeah.
Chaotic evil? I've been playing this all wrong.
Vern just starts stabbing people.
trying to make up for lost time.
I'd like to roll to attack. Who? Everybody.
Hilarious.
Just runs away.
Okay. I see my choice.
So, does your character sheet properly reflect where your character is at currently? And if you could choose a second alignment for what you would want to be, what would that alignment be?
I don't know if anybody answered your question, Trent, but it's under description.
They did. They did mention that. So yeah,
Okay.
I found it. We're good. Okay, so whether we think our character still fits it, and then I'm sorry, what's the second part, Barlos?
If you could choose a second alignment, so you have your alignment where you are now.
Yeah.
If you could choose a second alignment for what your character wants to be, or what your character aspires to become, what would that alignment be?
Okay.
It can be the same. You could want to stay the same. But if not, where would you want to go?
It's not an easy question to type out answer. This is I have to talk through answer.
You could do that if you want. If you guys want to go one by one and talk through it, if you'd like.
No,
do that?
Because we all know Brackle's evil.
Well, because now I'm thinking
Wrong.
because I would argue that Vern right now is neutral good, is what I had planned, and then I would think maybe not lawful good, because the law is kind of screwed up, right? The whole caster system and the leadership and
this is why I really enjoy alignment, because people say that it's restrictive, and it really is not, because I think any character's interpretation of what the alignment is matters more than what the 9 square box means. So lawful good could be working within the confines of the law of the land, or working under your own code, or I'm sure a rogue or a pirate rogue that steals from rich people could easily be lawful good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You could justify that, or they could say lawful evil because I work under my own code and I kill people to do it. But it's all kind of subjective.
Yeah, because the thing with Urzak is he's lawful neutral, right? Because he's supposed to be, he's the balance,
the epitome of justice. Yeah,
right. So he's supposed to not take sides necessarily, but he does have that stereotypical lawful good paladin ness about him, right?
Yeah.
So does he? It's weird to say he feels like he's above the law, right? But is that
I don't know.
Is that lawful gooder. Like I think I'm lawful good, and I think the law is chaotic, or like it's yeah.
I think when I think of Urzak, I feel like he views himself as like an instrument of the law and would want that instrument used on him if he ever went against his morals. So maybe he doesn't think he's above the law, but like he does until he decides to dip into unjust territory. Then he's like, okay, then you can lock me up.
Yeah,
But until I do that, then yes, I am above the law.
I guess like I didn't mean like above the law. Like I think that the law doesn't apply to me, but like him thinking that I am better than the law. You know, like
yeah.
Like he
So-
like he would be the guy to like police the police, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he feels like he needs to police everybody.
I added I said like Vern's still neutral good, like as intended. But I said, he wants to be chaotic good because he's on the run from like the current system and he thinks it's broken because of the whole class struggle. And then I wrote he wants to be a vigilante hero, making the world a better place while disregarding the social expectations, decorum, and norms that dictated his wealthy upbringing. And I wrote that, and then I thought to myself, is Vern just Batman now? Is that what I've created?
He's Batman with powers.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
Batman's like
A better
is
Batman.
chaotic lawful, I think.
That's why we're in a cave.
That's better,
Chaotic
man.
good, yeah.
We're in a cave with a Wellerby door.
Hey, buddy.
That's
true.
Oh.
I 100% agree with that answer, Teth.
Yeah, now I gotta figure out the second answer.
I thought about this question earlier this week when I saw a TikTok of somebody saying that alignment should be the first thing that you pick for your character. You pick 3 alignments instead of just one. Whenever he starts making a character, he starts with his alignment, which I thought was crazy at first. And then he started describing it. He's like, the first alignment, you pick like normal, like where your character stands right now. And they just like go about game. And he goes on to say like the second alignment is where they began in life. So that's more like nature versus nurture, however you feel that. So anything that your parents or guardians or your schooling or your mentors growing up, all of that impressioning, that's that alignment, the second one. So the second alignment informs the first one. And then the third alignment is where they want to be in the future. So through adventuring, through meeting their goals, where do they want to end up? What do they want to become? So alignment 2 informs 1, and alignment 1 informs 3. And your job throughout your campaign is to look back to alignment 2, justify your actions through alignment 1, and end up at alignment 3 at the end. And I was like, that's the most convoluted, like bullshit sounding thing, but it's so cool to think about. Like, I would love to just discuss with that guy, like how he creates characters, because that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's good for character growth for sure. Or if they end up someplace where they weren't expecting, so they want to be this thing, but they end up falling short or becoming something totally different.
Right, and that's the big thing. Is like where you want to go. Alignment 3 very often doesn't end up what you want it to be, and it's like, do you try and correct fate to figure out what you want, or do you just allow things to happen and just get to where you get to? Crazy.
It makes me think of this. There's this English language arts class thing that one of my colleagues does, but you examine a character and you focus on what they want, which is pretty easy to identify, right? Like a character's objective, and then what they need, even if they don't know that they need it yet, and then also what they deserve. So there's like an evaluative part of it too.
Yeah.
That could kind of be blended in a little bit. Vern deserves all the best things in the world. He's such a good boy.
I like all of your answers. Those are really good. Those are really good.
You can go on to the next one. I'm just trying to figure out how to parse words out on this.
I think we got to your answer. We talked it through enough. I'm good with that. Okay, question 2. Would you, and I'm going to use the word align, but this is not talking about alignment, so don't conflate that with question 1. How would you think you align? Let me re-ask that. I didn't write this question down, so I'm messing it up. Do you think you align more soundly with the head or with the heart? And why?
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, come here. Hi. Sorry, my headphone cord got caught on my chair.
Just like,
God, it's hot shit in here.
Yeah. The moment I closed the door.
Did you not turn the heat off while you have the house fan on? Uncle Barlos, you're a hot mess.
We know that. Can we go get some milk?
Got him.
Turn the whole house fan off. But all the windows are still open, so it's gonna keep pumping out heat. Come on, buddy.
Hey, can you take this to your room?
Yeah.
You grab this. You go to your room with Mama. Let's go to your room.
Come on, buddy. No, we're not gonna put it there. Come on.
Let's go to your room.
Let's go, baby. Good night.
Love you, buddy.
Bye.
Hi, can I have a hug? Love you. Night, okay?
Night. We
Night.
were practicing saying night, night.
Good job, baby. Have a good night
Night,
with Mama.
night. Night, night. Let's go to your room. Let's go to your room.
Man, the timing on that question couldn't have been better.
Barlos, you're a hot mess.
I never claimed not to be.
she gave you first name, last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
sure did.
Jesus, punk.
It's a shit answer, Barlos. I don't.
If everybody, I swear to God, if everybody gives the same answer, you fucks.
That's a hard question, man.
Oh, thank you, Vern. Thank you, Vern, for having the decency to choose. And he's not even here. Trent is gone.
I mean, like, in Urzak's case, where he's like, in his own world, judge, jury, executioner, right? He has to make that call, right? At the end of the day.
So does he go with his gut? Or does he read the edicts of the land and listen to them down to the letter? I feel like that's your answer.
Right.
I feel like Urzak would be really easy.
But he's more complicated than that.
Whatever, Urzak.
Whatever.
He should. I mean, but I mean, does he agree with any of this caster bullshit? Absolutely not.
Right.
Does Lendis have a handbook of the 10 Commandments? I don't know.
Maybe. She only talked to you for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It should be next time you talk to Lendis, to be like, hey, do you have like a set of like rules or commandments that you wish to bestow?
Next time you talk to Lendis, hey, the next time you see that god that you've been pining to talk to for your whole life, for
100
80 years. Just ask her this question.
I mean, like in my mind, that doesn't exist. So he has to create the mind part of it, the reasoning with his heart. So at the end of the day, it lands on his heart. But
So that's your answer. If you just said the words, at the end of the day, it lands on his heart. That's your answer.
he has to use his heart to create the structure, which is his mind. You know what I mean?
It's almost like every the way I interpret it is like it's very situational, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's not just-
Which makes me think heart, but at the same time, like it's Urzak, who's Urzak, you know.
He's just like, Eric, please let this man punch you.
All right, Andrew, I'm going to bully you into an answer just like I did to Donovan. You're not allowed to say in the middle of both. I don't accept that.
Currently,
It's funny you bring this up like this session, Barlos, or the next 3 sessions.
Yeah, almost like it was planned out. That's so
almost
weird.
like it's almost like you decided this is a good question to ask me.
Yeah, it's almost like last session I asked you about your
doesn't have a heart.
the things that you believe are unlovable about yourselves, and then this week we're asking about how you align yourself to process that.
See, and we're just going to double down on this. What was the answer for things that I love about Urzak was his stubbornness.
Yeah.
So how can I choose heart in that answer?
Because the heart is a more stubborn focus than the head. I think if you truly think with your head without any influence from your heart, you can't be stubborn. You're objective.
I disagree
It's
with
the
that.
heart that goes. It's the heart that goes against the grain. Heart.
You guys are getting too deep on me. My little fucking smooth brain over here can't process half the words you're saying.
Cool. Let's jump into the game. Those were fun questions this week. At least they were fun for me. I hope they were for some of you, at least a little bit. Would anybody like to recap from last week?
I'll give it a go real quick. So the session started, and a fight ensued. It was we made sure to make a mockery of all of Michael Barlow's the DM's encounters, and we beat the kindness out of, or beat the not the kindness, the cruelty out of him, I suppose. And he was just very generous the whole session. I think there's some high points. There was some brief questioning after we briefly fought the rider, who promptly blew us up with fire, which I apologize. I'll apologize to Andrew when he comes back. Promptly blew us up, and then we beat the shit out of him. Urzak went over, questioned the the one remaining guard that he intimidated to backing away from them and not fighting them. And the guard promptly was like, "No, I'm not going to tell you anything," and got punched square in the fucking face. Immediately reevaluated his choice and said, "The girl's over here." Andrew, I was going to tell you, I forgot last session, and I brought this up to Michael Barlos, and I just want to tell you, even though it's not going to affect anything, I forgot you should have probably taken half damage when we got blow up.
We got blow up.
So I have this thing
Did
that
I-
never triggers,
Okay.
and it's specifically against magic where you take half damage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
But
but
we
I
didn't take
forgot.
but we didn't take half damage.
Yeah, the effect causes you to have resistance to all spells.
Oh,
I forgot about it because it never happens.
because I thought the save was just for the restraint for half damage.
Yeah.
The save is for the restraint, but the
ability is
paladin
resistance.
ability halves it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my
Stupid
bad.
Ancient's paladin.
Stupid Teth. It's all right. I forgot. I forgot anyways, Barlos. So you got it.
Yeah. Either way.
But yeah, there was some questioning there, and I also forgot to bring up at the very beginning of the session there was a very wonderful conversation between Flynn and Brackle. There's some stuff talked about. Seemed like it went pretty well as a conversation like that could have gone. I got to see a little more of Flynn's serious side that I haven't seen before. And they were interrupted by Corlon, the god of the Presidium, or at least allegedly.
Yep.
And just whenever through re-listening to the episode, whenever Corlon was going in and kind of tapped, Flynn and Brackle were just like, "Hey, I'm gonna go get all blank, and then we're gonna kill you." I definitely interpreted it as guards instead of gods the second time listening to it, but I like the idea.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, his accent does make it sound like gods. It definitely was guards. It definitely was rounding up all the guards in the prison. Oh my
But-
god.
That's so funny.
That totally changes all interpretations of
But-
what is about to happen to you.
But
No.
I love the idea, whether it was intentional or not, that we think that Corlon's going to get a bunch of gods and beat us up.
I want Brackle to roll with that forever. That's so funny.
Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
changing
this
it.
is so funny.
Yeah. But anyways, Brackle was keen to tell us his information. Everybody was basically like, "Yeah, that sucks. Well, carry on. We gotta go save Eleanor." And he was just like, "What the fuck, guys?"
I did wonder last week, like Brackle is really like normally he's okay just talking his way out, especially with these caster guards. Like I think that he should be fine. And I thought it was so funny that you were so freaked out. Now I understand why. That's so
yeah, a bunch of gods.
Yeah, the guards, no problem.
Yeah, a bunch of gods. Different scenario.
Different.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
We're all dead.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
no.
not freaking out.
Is it all occurring to you now that that's why Brackle was so concerned?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
I came in late, and I think that was like one of the first things that I heard. And
Yeah.
I didn't hear Corlon say it, but I heard Andrew's reaction. So I thought that from that they had said gods as well.
Yep.
That is hysterical. I spent the whole rest of the session, like the entire session, wondering why Brackle was so scared. And I just thought it was just like a really good role-playing decision. Because I loved the back and forth between Brackle and Flynn. I was like, this is great that he's like trying to frighten this fear out of him. And now that makes so much more sense. That's really good.
Pretty good.
I like
like-
that a lot.
Because I totally believed it. And then Urzak, I was like, well, Urzak's like, he's not going to just sit down and take defeat. He's like, if we're going to die, we might as well like die trying, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why I think it was perfect either way, because it's like, hey, a bunch of gods are coming to get us, and it's just like, sure, I guess, like,
Well,
fuck that guy, but yeah, let's go save Eleanor.
and get Vern this orb, and then serve up
Yeah.
a nice hot TPK right afterwards.
Yep. Yep. Sweet TPK. Yeah, there's a couple other, some investigating, some kind of stupid around, found some keys. Urzok continued to explore. I don't know if it was like directions from the guard were inadequate, or if it was like, oh, hey, south isn't like south on the map. It's like south, like I guess nautically. So he came back promptly, was like, hey, you fucker, come over here. And Flynn had restrained him with a rod, a movable rod. But anyway, so we finally got the door, opened the door. Urzok walks right into a gelatinous cube. I'm pretty sure that I think after, I would imagine that after Urzok actually found Eleanor, some of the bloodlust had subsided, but I believe at one point Urzok was 100% going to punch that guy to death.
Yeah, I think honestly, above game, I think I forgot. So I thought about it, and I was like, why didn't I punch that guy again?
Yeah, but that being said, yeah, the guy seems like the guy had decent intentions. Whether he knew about the gelatinous cube or this or that or the other, I suppose to be decided. But the room did have Eleanor in it. There was a nice moment there once we found out. After the cube was dispatched, I believe it was Vern. Vern liquefied the little jelly boy. It's a nice moment. Well, actually, directly after, another guard came down, and it was just like, "Hey, we're here to pick up Eleanor." Kenneth said we can go have her, or something to that extent. It was worded very well. I just don't remember what it was. Yeah. Oh, it was. Hey, just had a conversation with Ken. We're here for the girl. And then eventually came, the guy was just like, "What's code phrase?" And it's just like, "Listen, we just killed everybody. Can you please just fuck off? That'd be great."
I must say, as an interjection right there, I have so enjoyed all of your roleplay in this whole dungeon so far, from conning your way through the entire middle section to the entire discussion with Kenneth to all of the guard. It's you guys are
not
so
to mention
good to watch.
Conning without Brackle.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That was the best part.
Beth was there. She stepped up to the plate, man.
Yep.
Yeah, Beth was really pulling through on the cons. Because if Beth was not there, being realistic, we would still probably be in that middle chamber just fighting.
You would still be fighting.
I'd also like to reiterate the Urzok logic, which is we're supposed to be here. We're told, hey, come here. I got this thing for you. Come take it. And it was just like, all right, well, that's what Urzok thinks he's supposed to be there. He's just going to walk in the front door.
Yeah, which actually worked incredible, because all the hired help were complete wieners, except for the keep on calling me Knight Rider, Black Rider. He was kind of a pain.
Too bad you already fucked him up like an hour ago, and he was still getting his health back.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, we had a conversation with the guard. That went well. He ran away. Picked up Eleanor, gave her some heals, did a little chatting. Eleanor promptly slapped Urzok and then hugged him. That was very, very nice. Very Eleanor, in my opinion. Love to see it.
Oh my God, Eleanor is a tsundere. I just realized it.
Yeah.
100%.
Like, she beholds my heart. But yeah, so there's some conversation there. Initially, we were talking about having her go back with Flynn. Then I remembered that Eleanor likes to fight things and asked her if she wanted to fight and healed her, as well as Urzok and Brackle, I believe, also healed her. And also important point for Eric, you are the one who actually neutralized. I don't know if you watched the episode or not, but you neutralized the poison, which was keeping Eleanor asleep, which was
Eric
odd
came
because-
through. You were the
Yeah.
only character that had an ability that would help.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Glad I
there
could-
was essentially poison that kept her asleep, which is both weird because wait, do Dampiers sleep?
They
don't know if
can
it's
sleep.
true.
They just don't need to sleep.
They don't need to. But the weird thing is they're usually highly resistant to poison. And this was a poison that was affecting her and also making her sleep, which seemed to double weird to me.
When you're back.
Technically, it was incapacitated, so she was asleep, but like the condition
Okay, so
mechanically
she
was
wasn't-
incapacitated. Yeah.
She wasn't. She was unconscious, but she was not snoozing.
Magically unconscious, we'll say.
Okay, I gotcha. Anyways, so after that touching moment, there was also a construct which Vern began to inspect and kind of play around with. I think mostly initially out of, hey, in case this thing comes to life, I want to disable it. So he took the feed off of it and was kind of poking around. And Teth came over at some point. I don't remember why. And it was something that Vern had asked about. Long story short, we ended up looking at this thing and decided, hey, I wonder if we can get this thing going. And there was also some hidden messages there that were revealed later on to be written by Gale. And I think pretty much Teth gave Vern a power core and was just like, here you go, figure it out. You're smart. And he promptly decided to roll well. And I think he actually rolled really well, if I remember correctly, for that. And
Yes,
got
I think so.
got automaton going. And very quickly after that, it led us to where Gale was being held, which was a couple doors over. There's a big room with a drill and something, and a bunch of double doors where Gale was behind. Trying to think if there's any other. Oh, it was also determined that the power source was below, I believe. Yeah, below where we're currently at. Yeah, and I think that's.
So Gale is Teth's friend, or used to know and work with, and an artificer, correct?
Yep.
They're
Uh,
they're part of some group that like checks in regularly. I don't remember what their goal was, but
I think
Yeah, we-
this would be a great conversation to have with Teth
Yeah.
in game.
well,
But yes, long story short, yes.
he had told us this
a reunion.
definition already.
Yeah, it was like, oh hey, by the way, like as we're moving, like I know we're doing shit, but like, hey, I've been seeing stuff about people that I might be associated with.
Side note, I just hopped in the other Discord channel to yell at Michael like he's not playing tonight.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have heard about his eyeballs at all.
You
Yeah.
mentioned something about his eyes.
They were like basically popping out of his skull.
Oh, sounds pleasant.
Yeah.
Medication for it now, though. So
He's had medication. He just went to the doctor today and had his eyes dilated, and he still sounds pretty rough.
Is that why you can't look at
Poor guy.
screens? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
Oh, so is he playing Destiny?
I don't know.
is Destiny like not on a?
I was
screen
gonna
now?
say,
That's-
I can't.
He's in the Destiny channel that they play Destiny in with Nick.
Okay.
So
Because you kind of have to stare pretty intently at a screen more
Coin
intently
toss.
than.
honestly, coin toss. So
it's all text-based Destiny.
Mhm.
It's just Destiny RP. Like he's going in there, his eyes
Yeah.
closed, his chest.
Tell me between asterisks what action your character is going to take.
Yep.
All right. Anything else before we jump back in where we were? That was a very involved and good recap. Thank you.
I listened to the
DM,
episode
do
yesterday.
DM, do
Was
you want
that
me to roll for? Maybe we should just do this when we do a rest. But
Yes, I keep forgetting that. Yes, the next time we take a rest.
okay,
Let's do
I'll
that.
remind you.
That is a good. Make a note of that. Just because I want to get playing.
Yeah, it's not going to matter right now. So yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you for reminding me, though. I did forget again about that. All right. So you have just been led to this room by this dragonborn-esque automaton. There is a giant hole in the floor, and this big old machine up here appears to be this attachment down at the bottom is a large drill. And it looks like the rest of it is used as some type of combustion style engine to power the drill, and it kind of spits out debris from this side, as you can see the rubble around the room. So the hole is super large, and it is very clearly leading down into a different corridor. Vernon, Urzak, and Teth probably you would be able to see that. It kind of leads down this way. So there is a tunnel of sorts down under this room. Also, notably, what happened, you saw a slender construct walk out of these double doors over here and wave to Teth and call him Judge by name. And that's the last thing that happened. Please, take it away.
Low clock. Beth will begin to approach slowly, kind of giving her an up and down, trying to see if there's any what I'm looking for. Any major differences in how she appears, or if she's being magically influenced, maybe as well. Her personalities, I guess.
Yeah, make a. What's your passive perception?
It's a million. 22.
Okay. I'm going to use that for perception, and then I also want you to make an insight check, please.
And I imagine too this, if it needs to be, this can be like an insight check while continuing to talk to her, sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we can use that to. I'm just talking like overall demeanor for now, but we can continue it through the conversation too if Teth feels like he needs to.
Yeah.
Your
Perfect.
passive. That's so funny.
Perfect.
From a purely perceptive standpoint, her voice is identical. It is the same exact voice that you remember hearing. On the surface, she looks basically the same. She's wearing the same cloak that she always would wear. You can see on her hip her staff. She has an extendable staff that's only about 6 or 7 inches long right now. Teth, it's kind of locked into an attachment on her leg. But you know that that's there and can extend out to about 5.5, 6 feet that she can use as a quarterstaff. So that is there and intact. She seems to be hunched over more than you remember her being. With that high of a perception, looking her over and knowing her for as long as you've known her, all of the constructs, all of the K units are pretty rigid. They were made to be as efficient as possible, and her posture does not look up to what it typically would have been in the past. And as you get closer, you can see in very vital points across her body that different wires have been cut. She is missing specific pieces that are linking parts of her body together. So you could tell that a lot of her joints have been weakened and they're not as stable as they used to be. As she came out of the doorway, it's less of a secure walk and more of a clumsy hobble, from what you can tell. So that would raise an alarm for you for sure. The way that she said your name feels very familiar. Even though you rolled a 3, a nat 1 for your insight, you get a gut feeling that she still has her mental faculties in place. Physically, she is pretty worse for wear, and it is not something that magical healing necessarily can fix.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess Teth's seen the damage, kind of assess that, look up towards Gale. Before I continue, I should introduce people that are with me. Teth will gesture
Just
to his
say,
left.
yes, of course. And she'll look around at everyone else in the room.
Yeah.
Expectantly.
Yeah, Teth will kind of go one by one and say, gesture to his left at Herzog. And then again to the right towards Vern. And then kind of go one by one, just kind of giving just a real general like name introductions, so she can familiarize herself. I think
Vern will. Sorry.
Oh, go for it.
Well, Vern will offer his hand to shake, and it will be his mechanical hand, just to see if she like appraises the work or something. Or
She will. She'll take your hand, and she'll kind of still holding it, kind of turn it over in her hand and look at it, and she'll take her other hand and kind of like inspect both sides of your hand, and she'll look at you. And she's a warforged, so she doesn't have super animated facial features, but she'll kind of give like a nod of approval. She'll like, oh, this was as if she's saying, this was pretty well made. This was pretty well made.
Vern will blush and give a little nod.
I know it wasn't going to happen, but part of me was hoping her to look at it and be like, "This looks like shit."
What is this fucking piece of garbage? Horrible.
What is it? Are there vaccines in these fingers? Whose idea was that? So terrible. What a dumb idea.
What are these fluids? What if one of the cap comes off on accident? What?
What
So
if your
unsafe.
hand gets stepped on? Yeah, but Teth will just first name basis generally introduce everybody, including our NPCs, which I love and adore. Probably doing Flynn last, just in case. I don't know that Gale would have necessarily had any interaction with Flynn.
She will give you a look when you say Flynn. She is not familiar with him in this state. When she saw him last, he was living. She recognizes the name. She'll give you a kind of a concerned, your Eterna version of concern when you mention his name. Just like the cognitive dissonance of what that name means to her and the physicality of Flynn now, which she does not recognize.
Yeah. These are all traveling companions. To shorten things up, we're here for the power source. that you mentioned. And you don't look great. Is there a way we can help you?
Certainly can't travel. I have been here since Imperial Raiders have moved in. Heard commotion earlier, hoping that it didn't leave any of your friends dead. That wouldn't be good. I built this machine, though. And she'll wave over to this giant drill. She said, it took a long time without all the parts they took from me, but I got it done, and it made this hole.
This is leading towards where the power source is.
Power source, yes.
Have you been down the hole yet?
Nope. I'm afraid if I go down the hole, I won't be able to get back up.
Oh, well, fortunately, I have a grappling hook, and I gesture again to my arm, hoping for further validation.
Are you going to use it? Do you shoot it at a wall or something?
Yeah, let's, I'll shoot it to grab a chunk of rubble over there, like a small piece, and then retract it back to me.
Okay. Yeah. If it's a small piece, I won't make you roll athletics or anything. Yeah, she's very impressed that it made it there and got back to your arm.
So, how deep down is this exactly?
Surface level, 15 feet down from this hole, and then we're looking at maybe 100 feet, 150 feet out to the east.
I think that's perfect. Like literally, I think my arm is half my movement speed. I think it's 15 feet. So,
Right.
well, guys, I know this is a very sweet reunion and everything, but I think allegedly there's a god and more guards probably. One god, many guards. We should probably get down there and grab the power supply.
I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bracco, but you said there were multiple gods on their way here.
He said gods with an S.
Oh my! Well, we definitely should get going, right? Everybody, do we agree? I mean, I'm not being a coward here, right? I just think let's get it and go. Yeah.
I think it's a good reaction to have when gods are coming.
Can I just do a nosy peek in this door? Just like look past her shoulder and see what's in there.
Just shoulder check your way in.
Yeah, roll for perception.
Don't have the dice out, so we're gonna do that. 6.
With a 6, it is completely dark in there. So with your blind sight out to 10 feet, you can see just inside of the doorway and nothing else.
Great.
You would have seen the automaton walk in there, so you would assume that the Dragonborn construct is still just like chilling in the dark inside of there.
Did a automaton? Was there any reaction from Gale about that, or?
No, nothing that you can discern. I wouldn't even make you roll for that. She walked right out of the door, right past it. It's pretty apparent to Teth that she built it, or at least fashioned it as a message to him. I don't know that she would see it as any threat at all.
Gale,
I'm trying to remember what did we do with automaton?
He just walked by. Oh,
To
what we do?
Yeah, to like get it to listen to us, I guess.
You just talk to it.
Beth put in a power cell to power it up, and Vern
Artfully
put all
wired
the-
it.
Yeah, Vern jump started him and put all of his screws back in so he could walk. And then he unlocked all the doors for you. That's how you got in.
Okay. And Gale didn't seem phased that this thing's up and running again.
No.
Gail, I know you have a keen mind. Is there anything that can be done about your state in a quick manner if we had, and kind of gesturing towards Vern, somebody who might be able to help you? Or is it a parts thing or a time thing? Or
she'll look a little bit dejected at that. Her body language kind of slumps a little bit more, and she'll say, "I don't know where they put the pieces of my body that they took. They only left pieces that could actively work and build things for them. I think that with some time and those pieces again, could definitely be whole and fully operational. But not without them. We were made quite a long time ago. Unless," and she'll look over at Vern, "you have a different way of rebuilding me back to full functionality."
Well, is the tunnel already drilled? Finished?
It is pretty much finished, yeah.
Okay,
You can see some rubble down there that it probably should have been cleaned out, but the tunnel has been completed, yes.
Can I this is asking for too much. Can I go to this drill and open it up and see if I can find any wires or useful gears to put inside Gale? I'm really not mechanically minded in reality, so I really don't know what even pieces to begin saying here. But
No, that's
I
okay.
looked for all the right ones, and
So think of it like, if you're thinking of the human body, think of it like muscles and tendons. So a lot of what they took from her, like the connectors to allow different body parts to function together. So it's a lot of like rubber wiring and like joints, even like liquids like grease or a universal solvent or something like that, that allow her to move in a way that is more human-like. All of that stuff is gone. So you'd be looking for like wire casings and like long bolts with nuts and washers and things like that.
okay.
To start trying to pin her together.
Yeah, I'll look for those things. I know it won't be a perfect. I know it won't be a perfect transformation, but still something a little closer to how she was. Be good.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Seeing Vern search for these things, can I just shoulder past into this room and I guess look for stuff as well?
Absolutely.
19.
Also secretly looking for maybe if they were giving Gale prisoners equipment by chance to work with.
Yeah. So Urzak, make an investigation check as well.
Like picks and things, prisoners' equipment, like pickaxes.
Like Eleanor's equipment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. I forgot that
7
Eleanor still is unarmed.
Yeah, 17.
Cool. Vern, with your 19, you are able to look in the right parts of this drill. I'd say with a 19, would you want to stop this drill from being functional?
I think it cut out. What'd you say?
Would you be interested in stopping this drill from becoming functional?
Um, well, theoretically, I can just put the pieces back again, right? If we ever needed a drill, we have enough blasting power. We can make our way through rubble if necessary. Like, yeah,
Right.
For the good of Gale,
I'll. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. With the 19, you can kind of kill two birds with one stone. You find all the pieces that you think you would need to fashion her joints and like her shoulders and elbows and knees and ankles back to at least temporarily working condition. And you pull out all the connectors for the main power source that leads from the spark plug of that combustion engine to the actual moving parts. So you have rendered this drill unusable currently. And if you would like, I would allow with a 19, actually make an intelligence check, but you can add your proficiency bonus because of your tinker's tools.
Okay, good. $24.
Cool. I would allow you to take 10 minutes to rebuild Gale if you want to take that 10 minutes right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
So, mull that over with the party.
Yeah. Hey guys, I can get a test friend back up and running if we have 10 minutes to spare. Anyone sensing any approaching gods? Or
I'm gonna put a
currently.
pin in that question and go to Urzak real quick while you all think about your answers to that. Urzak with what did you roll?
17.
As for 17. With a 17, this room is incredibly empty. So empty that it feels clean. Like there isn't even dust or rubble or scraps or anything on the ground. It feels intentionally sanitized. The only thing that you see in the room is the Dragonborn construct facing the back wall. He hasn't been directed to do anything, so he's just standing there facing the wall. He does not appear to be any danger in this state. He's not acting aggressively at anything. One thing that you do notice with a 17, as you're kind of inspecting the construct and the room as a whole, the pieces that are how do I want to describe this? There are pieces of metal on the construct, specifically like elbows, arms, the backs of its legs, that remind you of Teth. Like how Teth's arms and joints and legs are shaped is very similar to that. Very similar structural design, just a little bit smaller than Teth is. As far as the room goes, it is the most empty room you've been in a long time.
Good. Urzak's gonna go up to the automaton and say, hey, you, when you were standing guard in the prison cells, did you see where they took the equipment that the prisoner had on them?
He will not respond.
Yeah. Okay. And then he's gonna come back out and see Vern going through a pile of drill parts. Say, Vern, I don't know anything about anything that you're doing right now, but logic would dictate that perhaps there's another automaton in the other room that's not like, a sentient being
I
that
should use that automaton to rebuild Gale.
as I said, this is your area of expertise, but I also don't know why if Gale built this thing, why Gale wouldn't use those parts to build herself back. Maybe there was a good reason, and I'm too dumb to understand that reason. But maybe just pointing out the obvious.
Okay. Well, now I'm a little worried, guys. What do you think? I just hold up the big wad of wires and pieces. I'm like, 10 minutes to fix her now, or should I stash this for later?
I have no idea.
I guess we could ask Gale how they feel about it as well.
Gale, I hold out the stuff in front of her. Thoughts?
Well, she'll say, well, I certainly can't fix myself.
Okay, that felt a little passive aggressive and pushing towards getting repaired right now. You guys want to spare 10 minutes?
Yeah, let's do that. I think that's pertinent.
I think
I'll keep watch outside.
I think we could spend 10 minutes looking for our friend's equipment as well.
Yep.
Oh,
Certainly not going to be in the basement, I believe.
That is true. Gale, do you know where Eleanor's equipment might be?
And she'll point back to Eleanor. Say, this Eleanor?
Yes, that Eleanor. Good job.
What equipment did you have, Eleanor? And Eleanor will look back at her like, and she'll tell her an axe and a crow and some hand axes.
And a
It's a
crow.
No, crow is equipment, not animal.
Right? Yeah. And Gale will say, "Oh, no, I don't have any idea where those things are."
How's your memory doing? Do you feel like after a repair your memory might be a little clearer?
I think there's probably nothing wrong with my memory.
Okay.
Tess gonna laugh a little bit, I think, because he knows how Gale is.
And she will, she'll kind of laugh, seemingly very reactionary. She'll laugh with you, Teth. She'll say, "Oh, that's so funny. You were always so funny, Duke."
Yeah.
Teth,
Yes.
I don't suppose you have multiple nicknames, do you?
Your name was Duke all along, and you didn't tell us? Vern's a little hurt.
Duke Judge? Judge Duke?
Judge Duke. Artificer.
Yeah. I'm actually level 13 rogue. That's something to unpack later, but I will be willing to talk about it. I do have multiple names. One of them is not Duke. If you don't mind, if you want to go ahead, you're more than welcome to, but I can't. There's no way I can leave Gale in this state by themselves. If you wanted to search for Eleanor's things or even see if there's anything left on the guards as far as armor, weapons, something to get her outfitted or find her own gear, I would like to do what we can with Clock, with Vern's help.
Sure. I'm gonna peek out in the hallway here.
And Coralon is there.
Is this the end? Is this the end of this hallway right here?
As you look over to this hallway, Urzok, it seems to extend quite a ways.
How many rooms are we talking quite a ways?
It doesn't seem like there are any discernible rooms on either side. It goes maybe 50, 60 more feet, and then it ends over to the left.
I'll just peek out and go back in and say, well, I think we can find 10 minutes worth of trouble to stir up.
I meant right. I'm so sorry. It bends to the right. Not that it makes much of a difference, but
yeah, and go.
That was my mistake.
Gallivanting. I'm not particularly intimidated by anybody in this complex anymore, so I guess keep your ears out if we call for help.
Eleanor is going to elect to go with you, Urzok. Flynn, he's going to stay here with Teth and Gale and Vern.
All right.
Say, Brad, are you still there? I'm not really sure. If not, I'm keeping Eric here too. All right, cool. We got Urzok, Brackle, and Eleanor heading out. Different spot.
And Philip.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And Automaton. And all the NPCs.
I'm trying to spread the NPCs out a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm only going to have Flynn as an NPC. Cue 5 other NPCs that join the party.
Oh,
Right, where are we going, Urzok?
Just on the hallway.
Cool.
Does Brackle, do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Or is I say, is this hallway?
This hallway is pretty well lit.
Is it lit? Okay, then I will lead the way.
Okay. Urzok, as you cross this threshold, you find yourself back here.
There's a dead Ken over here.
You know which?
Did it go back? Turn around.
Yes, Aaron does have vision. I believe on Teth and Brackle. No, not Brackle.
Actually, I'm just gonna keep going forward. I'm looking for the other guard, the dude. This dude. Is he there? Is he around? Did he piss off?
What'd he do? Let's see. I would say he's. You know what? He's just gotten through an anxiety attack. He's still sitting here in the corner. He's sitting down. He ran back in here after you drug him out to the door.
Sock's just gonna go right up to him.
I guess I should ask before we go through this. Did you follow Urzok through?
He's just going. He came back in. Hold on, let me move my character so I can see where he's at.
I'll move you over.
Yeah.
He went through the hallway and popped out right here. It's a continuous hallway.
Okay.
And then he entered the office.
Yeah, I think we want to stay together as a group. I don't want him going alone.
Eleanor will follow as well. Kind of chuckling at the sight of Ken when she walks in.
Yeah, she's probably pretty happy about that, I imagine.
Is blue guard, is he actually like on the ground sitting?
Yeah, we'll say that he is sitting in the corner of the room.
Herzog's gonna attempt to like grab him from under like the armpits and like just stand him up.
Okay. He won't resist.
Say, yep. All right, there you are. I'm sorry, I've already forgotten your name.
What?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Who are you?
Hell, he has been deafened by the smite. He
Hold on, I might have something for that.
he's just like.
Oh, I'll just.
What?
Oh, wait. Keep on your finger.
Herzog's just gonna rub his head.
Feet. Yeah, I'll just use message then, because it doesn't say he can't. Yeah, okay, I'll just cast message and talk to him that way. What's your name?
And you'll see him react like, oh, my name, and he'll be like half shouting.
Yeah,
Be like,
I yell the answer back, I'd imagine.
my name is Oliver.
Of course. Turn back to Brackle and say,
yeah, I'm translator now. Yep.
Ask him what the fuck is up with the hallway.
Messaging, what the fuck is up with the hallway? Why does it keep kicking us back to the same spot?
So vulgar, for no reason. Anyway, and he like gets louder and louder. Every sentence that he says, he's just like screaming in your face, Urzak, without knowing it. Say, it's continuous. I think Kenneth said something about conjuration magic or something.
Right. You ask him if he knows where the stuff is at.
We don't care about cursing, and do you know where the stuff is at? Her stuff, and I point towards Eleanor.
Her stuff, like her axe and her two smaller axes and her crow?
Herzog's gonna nod.
I'll message him. Urzak said, yes, you idiot. Even though Urzak's mouth did not move for sure.
Oh, yeah. Kenneth had us store that downstairs in the prison block.
Ugh.
Look at her. It's like, he said it's downstairs in the prison block. I should have done that the whole time.
Herzog's gonna turn back to Brackle and say, you're good with words. Is there a good way of asking him if these, like pointing at the dead bodies, these are the most threatening people here? Like, can you gauge whether or not me and you and Eleanor can go down there and just kick their dicks in, no problem, or...
Oliver, is there anybody that's going to be, or anything waiting for us down below in the prison block? And I'm going to need you to be honest, because it's not going to go well if you answer untruthfully.
He will become visibly nervous when you ask him this question. Like, on one hand, he just saw his boss just get righteously owned immediately in front of his eyes. But also, he, like, I guess a little bit of Stockholm syndrome, maybe. He feels some sort of faux allegiance to these people that still, even though they're dead, he's like, I just gotta, like, honor them somehow. So he will say, oh yeah, there's plenty of prisoners down there.
All right.
Yeah, can we do insight on that one? Or roll insight?
Yeah.
I guess I'll also roll. Hey, I rolled great. 18 plus 0 is 18.
Not even gonna say what mine was.
With an 18 Urzak, you sense that he is struggling with the answer. Reading his body language with an 18, he definitely is having some issue with the way that he answered. It seems like it came from a place of truth.
Let's turn to Brackle and say, ask him if he wants me to punch him again, because I kind of want to punch him again if he tells me a half-assed truth again. You know how I feel about the truth, Brackle.
I'll use, I think Thaumaturgy can color my eyes. Yeah. So I'll use Thaumaturgy to color my eyes, or if it's Prestidigitation, I use that one. I don't really remember which one it is. I'll just have him turn like bright gold and say, I really wanted the whole truth out of you. And unfortunately now, if you don't tell it this time, he's going to punch you.
Right at the word punch, he will recoil back into the corner. And he'll say, okay. Yeah, probably there's at least 7 or 8 guards down there. So sorry. I'm so sorry. And he'll just keep yelling, I'm so sorry. And like with his hands over his face towards you, Urzak.
I'll ask him one more question without Urzak telling me. Are they strong like him or strong like you?
Way to emasculate this dude right to his face. Hilarious.
Shouldn't have lied the first time.
He'll stop saying sorry and he'll say strong like me.
Okay.
It was like, gives him a thumbs up and then a hearty pat on the shoulder.
He will faint.
Strong like me.
Great.
Just fall over unconscious.
Fantastic.
Urzak, turn back to everybody and says, you don't suppose that they heard us downstairs? Do you think we just go down there and tell them we need this stuff? Ken said it's okay, that they're just gonna do that for us? Or alternatively, I can drag Ken's 40-pound body downstairs and throw it at them, and maybe they get the clue. Your choice, Brackle. You know.
I relay the message.
He's unconscious.
I'm talking to Brackle right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Say that one more time.
Basically, do you think it's okay if we just go down there and say like, oh yeah, Ken said that it's okay for us to go in here and do whatever we want? Or should we just like drag Ken's body down and be like, hey, we're gonna take what we want now?
I would say if we take the dead body with us, it'll be more aggressive. But if we're already just walking down here looking fine, I think they'll just probably do what we want anyways. And if they're of caster backing, then I'll have a little more sway over them.
Yeah. I've got a perfect middle ground. And when I go over and I know somebody identified the sword. Is anybody carrying the sword?
Okay.
No, Flynn did not identify it all the way, but he did warn you not to pick it up. So no, it is still. He doesn't have identify. He just has true sight. So he saw that it was cursed, but nobody picked it up. So it's still sitting there in the cell.
Okay. I was thinking It was just a styrofoam sword.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So I thought that you were talking about the sword that came out of the ooze. Never mind. Ken's
No,
sword.
yeah, Ken's sword. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
nobody identified or picked up the sword. Correct. I think Teth touched it. Maybe Teth picked it up at one point, but I don't think it ever moved out of the room. Yeah, it's just styrofoam. It's like a Nerf sword.
Great. I'm gonna pick up the Nerf sword and say,
Okay.
if anybody asks us if Ken meant it or not, I'm gonna say we have the sword. He said, as long as we have the sword, that's the sign that it's okay.
You got it. I think that's a great plan.
Amazing. I want to switch back to Vern, Eric, and Teth for a second. We're back up here in the drilling room, and Vern is working on Gale. Vern, would you make to get back into the scene? Would you make a another intelligence check? But you can add your efficiency.
All right.
Is there any way that I can assist him?
Yeah. Make that at advantage, assisted by Teth.
Nice. Okay.
Hilarious.
Nice.
Eric wants to cast guidance on Flynn for a minute.
Right. You'll be appreciative.
No way you have to go again.
Vern with a 13. You're running into a couple of roadblocks.
Uh-huh.
And there are things that you don't understand. Because this is kind of ancient technology. These are constructs that were created centuries ago. So there are things that you're running into that just were out of date by the time you started tinkering with things yourself. But
Sure.
also, one thing that you notice, and I'll give this to you at a 13, you don't really see past a lot of the connections more than this, but one thing that you will notice is as you are trying to reconnect wiring and things around her head and her neck and shoulders, you're opening panels and kind of trying to figure out how she works to the extent of your knowledge. Everything that is running up to her head, to her, core of intelligence, seems to be untouched. Seems to not
Okay.
have been messed with at all.
Okay.
So you start moving further down on the body because the 13 you would be pretty confident saying that no work needs to be done above the shoulders.
Okay. This is just to make her more outfitted for combat at this point.
Yeah. So
Okay.
just like repairing joints and things like that. But as you're looking through, making sure all of the connections are correct, that is something that you notice.
Okay. So Teth, it looks like looks like your friend's brain is totally intact. All the connections line up. So are they just always this charming?
What a good political way.
Tap would look over to Vern and just nod, say, correct.
Okay.
And then he will look back towards Gale. And he's going to ask her, do you still see Duke? Clock.
Oh, don't you see him?
I don't see Duke, but I mean, I do see Moth.
Oh, yes, I saw her just the other day, I think. She was heading out to deal with something in a southern region.
Do you? I only see Moth. I don't see anybody else. Well, I mean, I see you, Ramsey.
I see you too.
Yes. I'm glad that you're in relatively one piece. Well, multiple small pieces, but
Are you saying the One Piece is real?
I know nothing about One Piece.
It
I don't
exists.
either. I don't either, but I know that.
Hey, One Piece is on Laugh Tale Island. Okay, everybody knows that. I'm on episode
Still look-
840 or something like
Okay.
that.
All right. There it is. The confession.
Yeah.
She's gonna look at Vern and look over at Eric and Flynn and just say, if you think about it, we're all just one piece.
We are. That's
We are. We're very charming.
Vern is incredibly charming.
Incredibly charming. You're right.
Can I insight Gale? I want to know.
Yeah.
And maybe you could just tell me without that, but did they mean
What do you
one
wanna know?
piece as we're all one thing, like we're all one, or like
Oh, good question.
each of us is one piece?
I want you to roll an Arcana check, Eric,
Okay.
to get that answer.
15.
The 15, Eric, you would glean that Gale has no idea what she's talking about. Either way, she didn't really know what the answer was to what she was saying. But it is something that you have witnessed before, how she's acting. And you would have a pretty good idea, inciting her this way, that she is probably under some sort of charm.
Oh, is that right? I'll relay that to Tethford and Flynn about the charm and her condition.
I mean, I don't think that's the case, but if Gale was willing, are you capable of removing that magic effect?
Let me think about that for 1 second. I do. It needs material. It needs 100 gold pieces of diamond dust. But yeah, I could do that. I could end the effect of the charm.
This is so interesting because I know what spell you're using. Yeah, Teth will reach into his pocket and pull out 100 gold pieces of diamond dust because I bought it for pinata confetti for.
Oh yeah.
Way back.
Yeah.
That's
Back
right.
in like October last year or something. Yeah.
Gosh, way to play that long game with material components. That's so good.
Yeah.
Can Gale technically like consent while being charmed? Or do I have to like use this spell with like a contesting factor to it?
It depends on how you ask her.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'll try to persuade Gale and say, Gale, I know you're such a a magical adventurer, so familiar with magic. You're not allergic to abjuration, are you?
Oh, of course not. Is anybody here allergic to abjuration?
Oh, well, yeah. Not that I've ever come across.
Me
But
either.
but you never know, Gail.
We never
So,
know. You truly do not.
with that in mind, did you want to see see something really shiny?
I,
Wow.
I'm gonna make the ruling that you need to get her to consent to what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
If you're
So
gonna remove a charm, you have to tell her that you're gonna remove a charm.
I
You
see. I
can't like little kid it. Like, look at this.
Look at this. Ah!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that may undermine
Okay,
the
then let me go about
gravity
it.
of consent a bit.
Can I go about it a little different way?
You're gonna need to, yeah.
I'm gonna have to say to Gail after she said that she isn't allergic, who is? I'll say, according to what we just met, and I am somewhat of an expert in healing. Ask the rest of these guys. It does seem like you are allergic. Did you want me to get rid of that for you permanently?
Such an interesting way to go about this. She will. She'll react a little bit. Maybe even a bit bemused. She'll go over her head a little bit, but she'll kind of say, "Oh,
I
I
think our internet went down.
can still hear you.
Oh,
Your camera's just frozen."
everybody just froze for me a second ago.
Oh no. I was like, who is this rude ass interrupting me while I'm trying to talk as Gale? Oh, it's Andrew, and he's completely frozen. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, she'll say, "Oh, I didn't know that I had any ailments like that. I wasn't aware I could be allergic to magic. That's unfortunate. Please help me. Please help me." And she'll start getting worked up.
Oh shit. Well, don't worry. You may not have always been allergic, so. But
Okay.
holding the diamond dust that Teth gave me, I will cast Greater Restoration at 5th level. So I imbue a creature touched with positive energy to undo a debilitating effect. I'm going to end one of the following effects. An effect that charmed or petrified the target, I think, is the one that will apply. There are others. I don't know if that means I have to choose one of these effects to get rid of, or if it just applies all. But Greater Restoration is the
I
spell.
believe you choose among them, but yeah.
So knowing it's a charm, it'll be the charm.
What does the spell look like? How do you cast it, Eric?
Oh, Greater Restoration will kind of just look like the diamond dust. I sprinkle it, and it doesn't have the same gravity and density as diamonds anymore. It's consumed and it'll dissolve into a powder. It is a powder, but into almost like dust particles, and then nothing, and just sort of capture flickering light from the environment here, as diamonds do.
As the particles of the dust kind of descend down upon her, you can see them almost absorbed into her body, and as each one absorbs, Teth, as you are standing right in front of her, you can see almost these tiny little effects change her demeanor, and you haven't seen her for quite some time. Like you said, you meet every few months, sometimes as long as a few years in between meetings. And she looked familiar, and she sounded familiar, and everything that she was doing before seemed legit until this spell was cast. And then you realized, oh, wait. Now I'm starting to see Gale that I remember seeing in the past. And she kind of blinks her eyes, her eye sockets. She has kind of glowing eyes. And she'll look around and she'll see Vern like actively operating on her body. But she's kind of quelled by Teth being there. She'll say, "Whoa, whoa, Judge, where are we?"
We are in Mir, a place called the Puro Barracks. Looks like you have been captured, and according to my friend Eric, gesturing towards Eric, you were under some sort of magical condition. You were damaged pretty extensively. As far as your mobility goes, my other friend Vern, gesturing to the right, and you had decided that it would be good to put you back together, as well as me not wanting to leave you in this condition. Flynn's also here.
As you say, in this condition, she'll look down at her body, and she'll, what happened? She'll look at Vern, say, "What? Did you take my body apart?" Completely the opposite of the docile creature that was just consenting to you, like sticking your hands inside of her joints moments ago.
No, I thought I was trying to put you back together and make things right again.
And she'll pull away from you immediately. She won't even let you finish, and she'll take the scraps. And she's like, "Did you take these things out of that machine?"
This machine? Yes.
These don't go inside of my body. I don't know who you are. I know who you are, Judge. Thank you for being here. I don't know what you're doing. I'm just going to finish doing this myself. Please leave me alone. And she's going to drop all of the stuff on the ground that you found within the drill. And she will look around and see the construct inside of this room. And she's going to go inside and start disassembling it herself.
Great.
Anyone miss the charmed Gale? I raised my hand.
I do.
I guess, Eric, thank you. I was suspicious, but could not tell. I guess while Gail is putting herself back together or tearing apart the other automaton, he would want to briefly talk with Gail.
Yeah, she's in here.
Clock, do you have any recollection of what just happened?
You will be able to tell that she is. I won't even make you roll for it. This is 100%, without a doubt, the Gale that you know. This is how you assumed she would react to something like this, and she seems incredibly confused and frightened. And she's like, her hands are shaking and fumbling with things that you know her to be able to do without even thinking about it. Piecing machinery together or unpiecing machinery. And she'll look up at you. She'll say, "Judge, one moment I was in our barracks. The next moment I'm standing right here in front of you. And who are these people? Are these friends? You know them?"
Yes. So perhaps I should back up. And maybe Teth will kind of reach out an arm towards their shoulder and be like, maybe you should, as they say, take a breath.
She'll chuckle a little bit at that. You can feel her relax a bit.
I came here with a group of adventurers who I, long story short, have been traveling with for a brief time. They're good people by my standards. We ended up Teth is going to pull out the Orb of the Presidium and show it to her.
Her eyes will her version of widening. They'll glow brightly when almost matching the orb. And yeah, they just physically get huge on her face. She'll look up at you. She'll say, "Is that
Yes,
what I assume it is?"
this is the Orb of Power.
Oh my god! All right, somebody needs to get that sound clip every time somebody says the orb of power.
That was perfect.
Really good.
Well done.
The Orb of Power.
And she'll stand up with the pieces that she's taken from the automaton in her hand and look, kind of glance between your eye line and the orb. To say you're looking for the others, huh?
Okay.
Yes. Give you a brief rundown. There's one downstairs. Whether you're aware or not of it, you left a message inside of this automaton and others along the way. I assume annotating the power downstairs for.
She'll kind of look around the automaton and spin him around and stuff, and she'll see the note that she pinned on the front, and she'll just chuckle to herself. That wasn't me. I don't know how I knew to leave you this message.
I mean, you built this, correct? It's your
Yes.
work. I mean, unless somebody else is leading us into a trap or you did it subconsciously, I don't know. We are looking for the orb, yes.
It's here.
Yes, there is a machine that Vern had pulled the pieces out of to attempt to put you back together. That was a drill, and you had said that you had created it, and it goes underground towards where this orb is supposed to be.
That is amazing. What are you all still doing here? Just waiting for me to build myself back up?
We took a brief 10-minute break. We're also being pursued by Corlon.
Lead with that, maybe. Why are you not downstairs now? Also, tell your friend I apologize. I was very upset when I threw the parts that he had gathered on the ground. I didn't mean to seem... I was not valuing his time.
Fern will peek his head around in the entrance, be like, "It's okay. I understand. I mean, do you still think this is cool though?" And I'll launch my grappler hook arm up and like slap the ceiling and then bring it back down again.
She's just under her breath to Teth. She's gonna say, "You know how many hook arms I've made in my time?" So many.
A lot. Yep.
Vern's like, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Oh, nothing. It is wonderful. That very well made. The craftsmanship, 10 out of 10.
Shucks, thanks. And I
do-
start coming out, and to Eric, I go 10 out of 10 as I walk by.
Do we know where Daunt got his hook arm? Is that have any
He
relation?
doesn't have a hook arm. He just has a hook hand.
Yeah, he's like a pirate.
Yeah. That's what yeah.
Yeah, it's not a
That's not what
grappling
you
hook.
meant.
It's just
Okay.
1 out of 10.
Yeah,
One-
super lame.
The others that are with us went to go look for gear and investigate a little bit while you were getting put back together. I couldn't have left you in this state.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
I'm fine now, though. I can rebuild myself. I'm not sure why I haven't done it so far. Anyway,
Right.
this is all of the stuff that I need right here. And as she's saying that, she's pulling stuff out of this automaton, and she sees your power core. She says, "Did I put this in here? I don't think they would have given me this."
No, that was Vern. Gave him one of Zilo's power cores, and he jump-started it.
And she'll kind of just reacclimate herself with approval. Like, oh, maybe he did do a pretty good job with this automaton. Maybe he's all right.
Yeah, he's all right, dude. Yeah, he's not too good. I'll make sure to let him know he did an adequate job.
Please do that. And please get going, especially if there are people after you. I assume they want the orb too?
Oh, undoubtedly. I guess his Teth is starting to leave this area to get on devices. Just two things. Can you like bring that thing outside of these double doors in case I don't know, somebody comes behind and closes you in again? Number two, do you remember talking about Duke?
What would we be talking about Duke? He died decades ago.
Yes. This might have been, again, I don't know if it was the magical condition that you were being influenced by, or instinct, or I don't know, something else. But you mentioned Duke and his demeanor, that he was with us laughing, mentioned seeing him.
She'll look at you very intensely as glowing pupilless eyes can look at you, and she'll say, "Sure, we all have those that have stayed with us in those times. I have several."
I still see Moth. I don't know why, but it only seems to have sharpened since I acquired the Orb of Power. I mean, they almost convinced me to kill or fight Gael the other day. It seems very real.
These sightings happening often?
I don't know, maybe every couple days, sometimes more, sometimes less. Recently, more than others, I'd say. You know how well, you're probably aware of how my memory is, and probably just constructs in general. But I feel like it's more recent than not. You also mentioned she was going south, I believe, in your other state. As far as
I don't know why I would say that, but sure, it means something.
Yeah.
Let me rebuild. After you complete this, we can talk more. I think
Sure.
there are things you probably need to know.
Okay. Oh, I lied. There's a third thing. What the fuck is this called? I keep forgetting to ask people about it, and I've known about it for a while. What the fuck is it called? Something silver. Winter Steel. Are you aware of Winter Steel clock?
So winter steel is something that all of you would have a vague idea of. It's like Azura's version of like Mithril, but like a grade higher. So it is super light, super flexible, but also incredibly durable. And the thing that makes the value of it so high is that it really is only mined in the mountain range to the southwest. It has not been naturally found. And yeah, it's like Beskar. I think we talked about that a couple sessions ago. It can really only be found there. It's not mined naturally anywhere else. So it is incredibly rare, incredibly high quality, and incredibly valuable. The winter steel is a super high quality way to mount anything into anything else. If you can get your hands on a lot of it, then your options in Azura increase exponentially.
Perhaps I'll rephrase my question. Is there any Winter Steel here? There's somebody inquiring about it to help mount a power source.
She will chuckle a little bit, and she'll just hit the automaton. Like
that? Okay. Well, whatever's
about
left.
75%. Yep.
Whatever's left of that after you're done, I'll drag it along, bring it back for Bell.
He's yours.
You two would get along. I should probably reconvene and go get this orb.
It was nice to see you, Judge.
You as well. Don't know what your plans are, but I expect going out the way we came in. And he would, kind of give vague directions on where the party came from. I can't imagine that. I mean, there was definitely a lot of stuff in the middle that we just skipped over. So be discreet. Or just, vanish entirely. That would, I don't know.
Really want this nice moment to smash cut over to Urzak and Urzak throwing Ken's dead body at a guard and then pissing their pants and just screaming and Brackle's eyes are like screaming with fire, and he's like burning somebody alive.
I said not to bring the body.
I hope for that too. I'm really looking forward to this juxtaposition that's about to happen. Yeah, Gail will take note of the directions out. She'll promise to be safe, and she will physically turn you around and push you out the door. She'll follow you with automaton.
Okay. All right.
I'm just
Smash
saying,
cut time.
I'm just saying, Brackle. I don't think the body's a bad idea. Okay.
Well, it's too late now. It's already here.
No, not taking the body. We're gonna take the sword for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So you are walking back down to the prison block?
Yep.
Okay. Brackle and so nobody else is here. Pretend that these tokens are gone. Oh, Brackle's not even on this page. Jeez.
Can't even see it.
Brackle and who
hang
else is here?
Inside death.
Eleanor.
Eleanor. Oh, crowbar. Oh, Philip is gone.
Eleanor exists.
Before we get down here, Urzak's gonna hesitate for a bit. He's
Okay.
gonna turn to Brackle and say, Brackle, perhaps maybe you take the sword and do the talking.
Okay. But we're going with Ken gave us a sword.
It's a sign of his.
So we can do what we want. We can
Exactly.
Be here. Okay.
Yeah. Don't question us. Ken has given us authority.
Okay. Sounds good.
Also, you're some high-ranking caster outfit, and they should listen to you even without that. But
I don't have my outfit on right now. I changed when I came to Mir or whatever.
yeah, but you can do the.
I'll
the
show him
thing.
something.
I've seen you do the thing.
Give him my badge.
Flash those digits. Yeah, so you guys come down the staircase, and you are here at the door.
I can't see anything still.
Well, damn it.
Just reveal the entire dungeon and we'll act like we didn't see it. Jake.
Technically, there is light in the entire dungeon. There's just a bunch of walls.
Right. Hey, I can see.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, so you walk down the stairs and immediately to your front, down at the end of the corridor here, and you can see a guard.
Hey there.
There's one right up here too.
Oh. Is this like a door or is this like bars, I guess?
It is. It's like a cell door.
Okay.
And it has since been closed.
Okay. Hey guys, coming down. Wait, is this fucking? Oh, this is for Aaron. Never mind. I was like, is Crowbar in this prison too?
Yeah. He's been detained.
Okay.
This guy is gonna walk up to you, and he's gonna walk right up next to you, Brackle. He's gonna say, "Excuse me, I know we let you up there. Really, we're kind of on high alert right now.
Sure.
Is there a reason why you're just walking around?"
Yeah, we have to come get this young lady's equipment, and I think we'll pretty much be off after that. Here's Ken gave us his sword just so we're supposed to be here. Good sign of faith, whatever you want to call it.
Roll perception.
Oh, sure.
Is it perception or deception?
Oh yeah. Which one?
Deception. I'm so sorry. Not perception. Deception. Roll
Roll for
deception.
inception.
What is happening in my brain?
So with a D, right?
With a D, yes.
Okay. So
D for perception.
perception would have been a 30, but deception is a
higher.
34.
Yeah.
I got a 19 plus 15.
He will he'll look very confused. This is directly in conflict with the orders that he was given. He'll say, I'm the manager of this prison floor. I don't remember hearing anything like that from he didn't really tell us to expect anybody to come back down, but
we just calmly walked down here. I have his sword, and I mean,
he just gave you.
I didn't. We
we
weren't
giving me a sword,
shooting arrows off or anything. We're just coming to get her stuff, and he had to have said that somebody was coming.
I just don't understand why he'd give somebody else his sword and not one of his highest trusted guards. Only known the man for 10 years.
Oh, this is I'm not. He didn't give it to me forever. He gave it to bring it down.
I mean, you're holding it.
Yeah, he gave
You're
it to
holding
me to
it.
hold on to it, and then when we go back upstairs, and give it back to him. It's like a visitor's pass.
All right. What? Yeah. What? Do whatever. Yeah.
He
fine.
But believe me, he believes in you. It's not a thing between us. You know, he's not giving me his sword.
Paul, open the door. Just open the door for these people. I don't even. The hell
He's big fan. Okay, all right.
I don't care. I don't care.
Did he say his name?
Yeah, his name is Paul.
No, this guy who initially came up and talked to us.
He did not. No.
I'll look over to Paul. I mean, he's got nothing but good things to say about this other guy, but he's taking it really hard. I don't know.
Paul will say, I just started last week. I don't know what's going on. But
well, let me
here you go, and he'll open the door for you.
Okay. Let me take a note down. What's his last name? I didn't catch his last name.
He did not give it to you.
Yeah, I'm asking Paul.
Oh, you're asking Paul.
Yeah.
This guy's last name?
Yeah, the old last name trick. You say, what was his name?
Just last name or just...
I'll just say, what was his name?
Harder.
Harder?
Carter.
And
Carter.
No, I meant his last name.
It is his last name.
Oh, okay. So that's what I thought.
Manager Carter. Prison floor manager Carter. Got it.
All right, so we'll walk. Paul, where is this lady's equipment? Crow, swords, or sorry, not swords, axes.
So you're gonna go straight down this way. You're gonna turn left, and then you're gonna turn left again. There's gonna be a guy standing in front of a door that's kind of guarding what's gonna look like a pit. That's where we kind of just toss the items that people leave in here.
I'll give them a look like, do they leave them in here, or do you kind of take them away? But whatever. No.
I was told that sometimes people just, they come to visit and then they leave there. It's kind of like a lost and found. Like if they leave it somewhere and they forget that it was there and then they leave. Sometimes if they come back, we check the pit.
Gotcha.
But is the crow in this pit? Do you think somebody forgot to crow and we threw it in the pits?
I honestly just started last week. I didn't know that there was a crow here at all.
Okay,
is there
fair?
Crow?
That's fair.
Is there a crow here?
I was just
looking around. There's not a crow here, right?
Like the people forcibly brought in here and imprisoned. I don't think they forgot their stuff. I think it might have been taken away from them. That's okay. You're new. That's all right, Paul. That's fine.
Yeah, this used to be. I mean, it used to be a prison. Now it's just like where we sleep sometimes when we're on the clock.
Okay, so this
my shift actually just started like 15 minutes ago.
so it
so
looks like
I just
a
got
barracks
here.
now around us.
No, 100% looks like a prison.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
unchanged completely.
I think you're slightly confused, Paul, but that's fine. We're just gonna, roll through this and go ahead.
Rizik's
Yeah,
gonna go
great.
back up to Eleanor and in more hushed tones, kind of be like, "All right, I don't understand the crow. Is it like a crow that you're friends with now? Is it a crow that you summon?
It's a
And
piece
it
of
like
equipment,
comes
she
around?
said.
Is it like a fey being that comes in and out of existence? It might be pertinent to this investigation.
It's actually a crow.
Do
You've
you
seen it.
right? But okay, I mean you don't know Gaia, but there's this other guy, and his crow is like, if it dies, it like goes back to the Fey realm, and he can like summon it back. It's a magic thing. I don't. Anyway,
I mean, yeah, it's a crow that I share some magical abilities with. It's just a crow. It looks like a crow. I don't know how it works, Zerzak. I just woke up.
When have you seen the crow since you've been in here?
I think we're just gonna.
I like to think that it's like some type of magical boon, and she just has no fucking clue. She's just like, I don't fucking know, man. This crow showed up one day, and then I can Eldritch Blast.
Bracco's like, do they put like tiny shackles around its wings or feet? I don't know. How they're keeping it.
Go through the cells.
Yeah.
There's a crow that's just like
just
stretched out.
Why do they throw all this in a pit? Paul's just like created so many questions.
That's what happens when you don't write these characters beforehand.
It's even better. Urzak, Eleanor, I'm just gonna go ahead and plow on through. We're gonna keep walking down here.
All right. Well, I assumed that maybe the crow didn't come with you through the warp hole, and you'll walk outside, and the crow will be there.
So
if not, I'm really sorry about your crow. We tried.
It's just a weird situation. As I'm rounding the corner, I just want to like yell back like, "Thanks, Paul. Thanks for the help."
Hey, no problem. What's your name?
And then I'm just gonna
Oh yeah, right. Thank you.
Good one. Yep.
Perfect.
All right. So we see who do we see?
That's Jabroni.
He's gonna look up as you turn the corner, and he'll say, "Yes, and you've come for the pit items."
I guess.
What is it? What is it? What is this instantly like a Monty Python skit? It's just like a dude around a hole. He's like, "Oh, you've come for the pit of items."
It's like, yeah, I guess. I mean, do you guys? I mean, I don't want to be a jerk, but did you guys not have like shelves and cabinets? I mean, why a pit? How long have you worked here? I mean, Paul was here for a week, I guess, but
I'm coming up on a year.
Okay, you private contractor. What do you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've worked in several different prison systems throughout the country. I just attached myself to the Puro Rebels 10 months ago, 10.5 months ago.
Oh, okay, nice. You liked it so far?
It's not bad. The benefits kind of suck, but the hourly is great.
Oh, good. Yeah, we're just gonna want to get in there that pit.
Oh yeah,
she needs a few things in there.
I see you have Kenneth's sword, so go on through.
Yep, appreciate that.
It's like on the top of Kenneth's desk is just a bunch of visitor passes.
I'll walk in here and obviously motion Urzak and Eleanor in. But I want to take a cursory look inside the pit while she's getting her stuff.
Yeah, how deep is this pit?
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Oh my god, good. 7.
So you can definitely see the bottom of the pit. It's probably 6 feet deep. It's not really a pit by any means, but it is more of a pit than like a shelf or a chest, a hole in the ground. And there are several items inside the pit, as they have said. There are some of them that clearly are broken in many pieces. It doesn't seem like they just gently lay items down into the pit. They're clearly thrown down in there. But a few items on the top still look like they're in really good condition. One of them, very obviously, is Eleanor's axe, her great axe. And her 2 hand axes are there as well as a spell scroll and a nice bound book. It's bound in green leathers. That looks like relatively untouched, as if it is a new addition to the pit. And a wand.
Urlach will gently decline into the pit.
Okay.
And toss the things up.
I
guess I'll hold the book and the scroll and be like, is this also yours?
She'll say, no, just the weapons.
Are you sure?
The guy outside.
Are you sure it's not yours?
Here you go. Here you go, Eleanor. Here is your book and scroll. Oh, Brackle. She looks very encumbered. Why don't you hold that for her?
Oh, yep, no problem. Grab that.
And here's your wand as well. Here.
Urzak, do you see? Oh, thank you. God. Do you happen to see a crow that can fly in the bottom of that pit there?
I don't know. Why don't you give me a hand and shuffle through some stuff here?
Sure. I'll get down with it, even though my investigation was garbage.
Urzak, make another investigation check. See if it's better than Brackle's. I'll let you keep digging.
It's probably like nasty, and Brackle doesn't want to touch anything.
That is another 17.
Yeah, with a 17, you can dig a little bit deeper. There is a vial of it's like a kind of murky brownish liquid. The glass is all intact, and the stopper is not eroded away. And there is, let's see, what else is in there? There is a set of studded leather armor.
Is Eleanor missing armor?
No.
She's still armor. Okay. Great. Feel satiated.
I'm gonna need help out, Urzak. I'm only 5'10".
Yeah. Climb out and help Brackle back out.
Yep. Cool.
Good time, guys. It's great.
I put that on my list of things I never thought I would do in my life.
I put wand and book from the pit in my inventory, so we can talk about that later.
Really quickly, does the scroll, glancing at it, does it look arcane in nature or divine in nature?
Definitely arcane.
Okay, I will pocket the scroll. Is it something that I instantly recognize?
Let me hold on. Let me see, because you may recognize it. In fact, I think that you do. Yeah. Hold on a second.
I know it's not the case, but I really want it to be a scroll of fireball for Urzok.
Oh,
Fuck these spiders.
I took Galder's Tower. I was like, we're going to be on the road. We'll be traveling. This would be super relevant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now it's even more important.
Hey man, you got to use it, and I look forward to providing ways for you to use it again in the future. I love that spell.
I used it, and then Vern just shit all over it. And was like, this is a dumb, shitty tower.
There's not a fucking kitchen in here? What the hell?
Is this how the poors live?
Yeah.
Vern likes roughing it every now and then, and that's the opportunity you gave him. He was very appreciative.
Different
Through
different
camping
terms.
on the
Yeah.
rugged
Different terms of
terrain.
roughing.
It
Yeah.
wasn't even glamping for him. It's below that.
Urzok, I would allow. So this is yes, you can read it. I would allow you to use this spell, not at this level. So you can keep this spell scroll if you'd like. You would be able to definitely tell that this is a spell scroll of flesh to stone.
Which is what level?
6th level.
Oh, I never get 6 level spell slots.
I know. But I would allow you to use it later on.
Flesh to stone. Okay.
I think you can always try to. God, how does it
Yeah,
work?
I would give you the benefit of the doubt to attempt to use it. I think that is fair. The way the spell is, I just feel like that is an Urzok kind of spell.
I guess we don't have any other arcane caster. Oh no, Vern's an arcane caster. Fucking give it to
Vern
Vern.
is an arcane caster.
At least I know what it is.
Technically, Flesh to Stone does not appear on the sorcerer spell list, so it would be a spell that Vern could cast that he wouldn't normally be able to know.
Cool. All right. It's glad we got that sorted out. Let's head on back to Ken.
Well,
and
hold
associates.
on. Well, hold on. We're still missing a crow here. Okay.
The guy outside the gate, he's gonna say, "Did you say crow?
Mm-hmm.
Like a crow that like a bird that flies?"
Yep.
Oh yeah, they're keeping the crow in one of the cells up in the northeast corner.
Okay. All right. So I'm
Right.
guessing it's left.
Out here to the left, take another left.
Perfect.
Crow's up there.
Thank you. What was your name?
Ken Maxwell. Vern. Ken told you guys to come down and get the stuff.
Yeah. That's why she's with us.
Yeah, that makes sense. She was the prisoner.
Yeah.
Not
Right.
anymore, obviously. Congrats on getting out. Yeah, good job.
That's good. Hey, we'll keep it up. Good luck on your independent contractor stuff. That's good. That's good.
Almost at a year, brother.
Nice. I'll give Carter a good word for you.
Who?
Carter, your manager.
Oh, I don't know anybody's last names. Is that his last name?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? I've been here for 10 minutes. I know his last name. Come on.
We don't really ask about that stuff. We try and keep things surface level.
Gotcha. Hey, that's cool too.
One
All right.
moment you're friends, the next moment you realize one guy's leaning left, the next guy's leaning right, and you're talking about abortion, and everybody hates you.
It's like walking away as he's saying this. Okay. Okay. Bye-bye.
Yep. That's cool. Thanks, bud. All right. I'm just gonna walk past this guy.
Just gonna give him a nod of recognition.
He'll nod back at you. Yeah.
Point at the
That's fine.
sword a little bit. All right. Let's get that crow.
As you walk up to this
in a prison cell. I guess it's just a big cage, right?
Yeah, they're both. I guess. Where are you trying to go?
Oh,
Which door would you like to try and go through? Very top left or top right?
yeah. If we don't see the crow, I imagine in these 4 cells, we'll probably keep going.
Yeah. So you can hear just kind of like a soft like humming, like almost like almost a cooing noise coming from this top cell here.
Can we open it or do it?
It is locked.
Okay. Hey, can we get this crow out up here?
And this guy over here will peek around the corner. Say, "Oh yeah, yeah. Let me just find my keys." He'll shuffle around in his he's wearing a little pouch maybe on the front of his person. He pulls out a key and he kind of saunters up. He's a stockier guy, and he'll come up there and he'll open the door for you. And he's like, "I'm happy to help any friends of Ken's. He gave me this job in good faith a couple years ago. Haven't left his side since. Love that guy."
Perfect. Doing a great job. We'll put in another good word for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, tell him his good friend Phineas said hello from the prison floor.
Will do. We will say
Best
that.
job I've ever had.
We'll say it to him. Say it to
And I was
right
like,
to his
all right.
face.
Okay, good. I'll hold you to that. I'll hold it to you. And he's an older guy, maybe in his 60s, mid 60s.
Jeez,
He'll walk back around. He'll just wave back at you, completely trusting.
See it. Yep. I'll just wait here, I guess.
As you walk in, Eleanor will walk in, and on a small table over here, the crow is chained to the table. It is his beak has been kind of wrapped shut, so he can't make much noise, and his body has been wrapped, so he can't flap his wings. He has little chains on the little table, and she will slowly take the chains apart, take his beak off, or take the wrap off of his beak.
Oh my
God.
Thanks for being my companion all these years.
Urzak, get out of the cage. Lock her back in real quick.
And the crow will gleefully return to her shoulder.
Nobody dislikes pancakes.
There are also 2 weapon racks in this room if you would like to take any weapons from them.
Do any of them look worthwhile?
There is one really nice looking short sword. It looks especially sharp. And there is one pike. I don't know if anybody can even use a pike, but there is a pike there.
They're probably cursed, but fuck it, I'll pick them up.
I want to say Urzak might be the only one who can use a pike.
I can use all of the weapons.
I would assume, yeah.
I
Might be able to use a pike too.
Yeah.
Just gonna put them in as +1s and worry about identifying a pack full of shit I have later.
Yep.
So there's a
So-
short sword.
So there's wait.
Short
yeah,
sword and a pike.
yeah, that's what.
What was that?
It was
Short,
a
short
short
sword and a pike. Yep.
Do you have the bottomless bag?
Do not.
Okay, so you're gonna have to walk past him with a holding a pike for sure.
Yep.
Fuck 'em.
No, that's good. I'm excited.
Tell him that Ken said you earned it.
So is this downstairs through the hole? Or no, there's a different place, right? Where we went down.
This is downstairs. There's a staircase in the top left of this room. I forget that you didn't walk through this earlier.
Okay.
So the 2 entry and exit points are in the top left and the bottom right.
Okay.
Bottom right leads to the cave, and the top left leads to the office space where you fought Ken. So you came from
Okay.
the top left from the offices.
I guess before we get back to this, I would be like, could we try and investigate more of this area?
What I mean, what are we missing?
If you want to go through and not go through every cell, assuming that the three of you are working together and you now have a crow and none of the guards are suspicious of you anymore, just make me one investigation check and I'll tell you what you get from the entire floor. I'll just give you a bunch of stuff.
Does Eleanor
One
have
of the
a good
qualifiers
investigation?
was,
Say, how's your investigation?
and you now have a crow. Is the crow like going to be good for finding shiny things or something, or how is the crow?
Yeah. Who knows?
It's 3.
Okay.
The crow's a good distraction for this old guy. He's like, "Oh, you got a crow now."
What's yours?
It's also a 3.
Okay. Well, why don't you do it? Because I've had one good roll tonight, and the rest of them have actually been 4s.
I've rolled 2 17s on my investigation so far. That's a natural 20.
Yes.
23.
With a 23, you find in this floor of the prison 2 bedrolls. We're starting with the uninspired items.
Okay.
2 bedrolls, a blowgun, a vial of black sap.
I think a
blowgun.
blowgun uninspired.
A vial of what sap?
A vial of black sap.
Okay.
And that's it. And he leaves.
And you're all dead.
Oh, it looks like the beginning of the list is Beskar.
Yeah. A Beskar. 2 bedrolls.
Full Beskar armor, yeah. So you have 2 bedrolls, a blowgun, a vial of black sap, 2 flasks of oil. You find 3 bundles of sour grass. 3 bundles of wolf's bane. 2 bombs. 60 silver pieces.
Okay.
10 gold pieces. And 3 blue quartz. Oh, and 1 vial of antitoxin.
Hey.
I'll probably split. I mean, I don't think Urzak's gonna care, Eleanor. I'll probably split the gold between the 3 guards, or was it 4 guards? 4 guards.
Oh, that's a good call.
So I'll give each of them 4 gold.
Okay, they'll be super appreciative. This guy down here, Phineas, he say, "Oh, my granddaughter loves playing with these things."
Money?
The fuck?
She
loves when I let her play with the. She's 4. She doesn't need to spend it anywhere.
True. Hey, that's true. Well, use it how it's yours. Thanks for being so helpful.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
It's like I probably took it from their paychecks or something.
100%. Stealing from them just to give them less gold than they would get.
Yeah, I think we'll just do that and leave the. Is there anything else you want to do down here, Urzak?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Above game, the ingredients. I assume that you would go through as a group, which is totally fine that you didn't. The ingredients were intended for Eric, so if you would like to show them to him at some point, I'm sure he would appreciate them.
Yeah, we'll probably go up and just show him what we took from the rest
Eric,
of the prison.
I know you've been really into wasting our time on the road picking stuff off of plants.
Here's some bundles to make that easier for you.
Like Witcher 3 style, he's just always looking in the field. There's honeysuckle. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
You return back up to the top layer and meet back up with Teth and Vern and Eric and all of the NPCs.
As we pass Ken's corpse, Ken,
Yeah.
Finnegan says hi,
Okay.
and I'll put it. Yeah, or Zach, would you like to put in a good word for any of the guys down there?
Hmm. Is the guy in the corner? Is he still unconscious?
Yeah.
Gonna like make hands like I'm asking for the sword.
Give it to him.
Just gonna go like put it on his unconscious body. I'm gonna like open his hand and like grip it around the sword. It looks like he was carrying it.
Make it look like he killed Ken with the
Yeah.
sword.
100%.
So funny. Like a 3 investigation check will tell you that this sword did not do this damage.
He's like burnt. They try to make him stabbed to death.
What is this sword made of? What happened here?
Okay.
Yeah. So you rejoin the group, and you're back up here.
How's Eleanor?
was-
Has Eleanor said anything, or like how's she feeling about how that went down?
She was just kind of going along with you. She was a prisoner, so she didn't know how anyone was going to react to see her just freely walking around. So she was just playing it cool, and then she got her crow back, so now she's just chilling with her crow.
As we
All
enter
right.
back in the room, I just want to whisper to her, "I know what you did with our pancake."
She'll whisper. She'll whisper back. I took a small bite and I thought it tasted like shit.
That's fair.
Oh my god.
Well,
Hello, we're back. Hello, friends.
Hi.
We did not slaughter an entire floor of prison guards. I'll have you know.
I'll wink.
Urzak doesn't see it. He's like, completely did not kill anybody. All totally unharmed.
Wink again.
It's almost like we're getting good at this.
We have nothing to worry about upon leaving here. They're all
Wink
totally
again.
chill.
And you didn't run into Coralon? Is that not a thing? All the gods, Brackle.
Not yet. If they are, they're
mean-
very pleasant.
I mean, in all fairness, if I were a god, I would just appear where I wanted to. I wouldn't have to walk places.
Okay, well, in the off chance that he's appeared down there, I think I should be in the back of the group.
Sure.
solid logic. Yeah.
While you all were gone, long story short, Gale was charmed or had magical influence. That has been removed. She's now completely back to the way that she was. I'm concerned that the things that they were saying while they were in that influence is leading us into a misdirect, but I don't know if there's any way to confirm that or not.
Well,
Make a history check, Teth.
History +5.
I mean, we're walking into confrontation with multiple gods. They're either going to talk to us or kill us, or
True.
whatever they're going to do, they're going to do. We don't have any power over it, so
10 history check, Teth. to the best of your recollection, you would remember in your spotty memory, Gale not typically working with Six that much. You would know that she worked very closely with 11, who was Duke.
Yep.
So she may have just been projecting that about him. But you can't really tell what an accurate meaning to that would be. But glean what you want from who she actually worked with and who she did not.
That confirms my indecisiveness. Being conflicted. Kind of what I was leaning towards. Just being transparent. Yeah, it doesn't matter if these gods want to smite us when we're down there, then so be it.
Well, I
That-
mean, I just if it happens again, I'll beseech Lendis's aid, and you beseech Talos's aid, and we're gonna die either way. So maybe the aftermath will be in our favor. But I'm a firm believer of I have to see it to believe it. So let's jump down this hole and prove that wrong.
With a 19, I don't know what you're rolling for.
I was just doing a cure wounds on myself.
Okay.
Does
Great roll. I don't know what that means.
Does anybody here have one of those haversacks that are endless? No.
I thought one of us did.
I sure
Was
don't.
it Crowbar?
Fuck. Probably
Weren't we-
was.
Weren't we joking
don't
about
think
it
it was
like a fanny pack or something? Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Wasn't Homeboy selling one?
I definitely don't have
Errol?
one.
Yeah, wasn't Errol selling one of like a bag of holding? Did somebody buy a bag of holding?
I don't think so.
I
Let
don't
me
have
check
it.
my notes for that.
I definitely don't. Okay. Well, no matter. I'm just gonna carry this 100-pound shell with me.
Perfect.
Whenever, yeah. I'm assuming Gail's pretty much wrapping up.
Yeah, we'll say that she got the parts that she needed. She's not done necessarily repairing, but she pulled off all the parts that she needed. She also will take the power core and give it to Vern. She'll look at Vern and she'll say, "No, I was harsh when I woke up, and I'm sorry about that. Good work with my construct. Here you go." She'll hand Vern the power core.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that, and it's okay. I get a little cranky too right after I wake up, so I totally get it.
Perfect.
So I have this. This was just the power core. This is not the one that Teth gave me. This is the one that Teth gave me.
It is the same one that Teth gave you. Yeah.
Okay.
It
I
is
feel weird that now
essentially
it's
what
Teth's, and now
powers-
it's gifted to me.
it's what helps Teth power his armor. So it's just like
Oh.
a super powered battery. Yeah.
Okay. I'll glance over at Teth and like hold the core up and kind of like can I take this? Like, do you want this back? Like, not while Gail's looking. Like, I try. I'm like, oh, thank you. And then I'm like, Teth,
Teth would just say, I had mentioned before I was thinking about giving you one to tinker with. Also, Gail does not hand out compliments. What's the word?
Lightly.
Frequently. So.
okay. Then
Feel,
yes, I'll definitely cherish it.
Feel you should feel accomplished to have a mind like that compliment you on something that they are proficient in. Give Vern a little pat.
Oh,
Did you see me?
Mhm.
Don't look at me.
Don't look.
We weren't until you said, "Don't look at me."
Yeah, and they all heard me say, "Don't look," and then they look.
Very good way to draw attention to yourself.
Can I? How big is this core, by the way, Barlos?
How big are your cores, Teth?
I imagined they're like kind of more like, I don't know, like this is an energy drink can, something kind of similar to that, maybe shaped a bit differently.
Okay.
I can't imagine because it's like again, it helps power his armor, so it's not like and they are depleted relatively not easily for the amount, like the effects are pretty strong, but it got some good juice.
Okay.
I would say maybe a little bit thicker than. Imagine the only thing I can think of is you remember, I don't know, back in the heyday of energy drinks when they had the monster energy drinks that were the BFCs, like the big fucking 32-ounce cans of just get fucking caffeinated. I imagine it's about that size.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, I'm adding it to my inventory. I was gonna put it inside Zapdos, but it's not a good. Just explodes instantly as it tries to like swallow up his.
What movie is that? Is it Shrek 2 where the bird is like
Pops.
singing? It just like hits
Shrek
the high
1.
note.
It's the first one. She's singing with the bird the day after they like fall in love, and she makes the bird explode. Is it the bird or the? Yeah, it's a bird.
All right.
You can make
Everybody make a dex save. Zapdos just exploded. And to answer your question, Errol did not sell you a bag of holding. He sold a doll, a jar of tiny tar, Duggar's tome, Teth's quick bolt glove, chime of opening, the potion of water breathing, mystic spyglass, and Vern's manual of golems.
Is the tiny tar?
Who's got the bag of holding?
All right.
Urzak got the tiny tar. It allows him to stick his hand to a weapon and not let anyone get out of his hands.
Oh, cool.
Can't
I can
be-
delete this then.
So I'll start lugging around this 3/4 of this fucking robot.
Aaron's inventory is 6 items. two of which are potions of healing, and one of which is a breastplate that he doesn't wear because he's a barbarian.
That's so funny.
Perfect barbarian.
I only have 10 items, I guess, in mine.
I have so much fucking shit.
I am a while back in the beginning. I accidentally deleted my items section on D&D Beyond, so I've been adding everything as equipment now. Because that entire section doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, all of my stuff is equipment. Yeah.
You can
Oh wait,
add.
there was some.
You can add a backpack Like if you add backpack as an equipment item,
Uh-huh.
it'll open a new tab in your inventory, and you can add
Okay.
things into a backpack.
Did Vern
Okay.
have
It
a
just
bag
has
of
to be
holding?
some type of
No.
You just
case.
forgot?
No, I don't. No, I don't. No. Because the stuff that I had erased was so early on. It was because it was my first time using D&D Beyond, so I just had like miscellaneous,
I see what you
not
mean.
significant things.
Beth is just gonna be carrying it.
Yep. Teth is okay with this.
Teth is our bag of holding.
Just put it inside of Teth.
Barrel chested.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just open it up, shove it in, close it.
What is my carrying capacity?
A
300
lot.
pounds.
Yeah.
I can carry another 99 pounds, guys.
Yeah. You guys all have crazy carrying capacities, I feel like. Even Vern, whose strength is low, can carry a lot of stuff.
How do you know how much you can
Because
carry?
he has a bag of holding.
No, I don't have a bag of holding.
If you go to inventory, and then at the top it says weight carried, if you click on that, it'll tell you your capacity.
Oh, I can carry 165 pounds. It's not bad. I have 30 pounds in coins.
But in real life, that's a good amount of weight to carry on your back,
Yeah.
walking for days.
Yeah. Okay,
Whole time?
Brad is back just in time to finally walk down into this hole that you've been standing next to for 3
no.
hours.
Before we walk down the hole,
No.
how above game? How is everybody feeling? I don't know if we're planning on walking into a big battle or a fight or something at this point.
I'm not at full.
I'm a little over half right now.
Same. I'm at half.
I guess Teth would tap his sensor. Tink, 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 tink.
I mean, do we think we're walking into
It is
trouble here,
good.
or
Eleanor was revived all the way.
You guys can finish up however you need. I need to head off.
All right.
Okay.
See ya, man.
See ya.
Good night.
Can
It'll
I
take
guess it do be that time for you guys.
Yeah, 3 minutes.
can we make that can we make that a magic tower thing and do a long rest before we go down?
I doubt
I
that.
think that there needs to be room for it.
Yes.
I would love to see you cast Galder's tower inside of this
Burst through.
like 35 by 35 room.
Well, we have 2 bedrolls now, so we can always just
Hey, just
cuddle
fall
puddle
asleep
on
right
the,
here.
on the bedrolls.
I will just say
Above game as your very generous dungeon master. Don't fall asleep right here.
No.
Don't do that.
Here's what I was gonna say is that I don't.
That's a misstep. It's not a good idea.
I'm at like a weird thing where like I get like spell slots and stuff back from a long rest, and I get some things back from a long rest, but the only thing I would benefit from a short rest would be hit points, and maybe a second wind. So
Yeah, so above game, I'm getting low on spell slots.
Yeah, I don't I don't think we necessarily, I mean, I'm sure we could try to long rest, but I don't think that would turn out well.
yeah, I definitely don't think it's a discussion of long rest. I think it's a no rest or a short rest situation.
So if I have like some spell slots, but Urzak needs some touching up, can I use a spell slot here to heal Urzak up? I think it's worth it because of where you're at on health.
I can So just to clarify on the sensor, if people get within 10 feet of me, every single creature will gain 1d4 hit points for a minute. So 10d4 to everybody that can crowd in within 10 feet of me. So if it saves you a spell slot, I'm good using it. It's a once a day thing.
It's a once a
Okay,
day.
I'm good with that. So how many do we get by being close to you?
Here, I'll center myself. I think everybody, literally everybody, could get within 10 feet. It is
Yeah, that's true.
a thin cloud of incense out to 10 feet.
Yeah, we'll get in on this.
Yeah. So
Eleanor's full.
okay. So I will roll 10d4.
Go.
Damn,
Yeah, some good rolls.
that's a good fucking
Nice.
roll.
Oh, wow. Jeez, look at that.
Is that
I feel like
10D
you need,
is it 10d4 flat, or is there a modifier in that?
no, it's just flat.
I'm upset about 34 hit
sick.
points.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
good
I
roll.
feel that I feel the need to narrate that.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, like before. Teth will start. He'll grab the ball of his sensor and start kind of shifting it and moving it into place to set up the healing mist. And I think, he was feeling a bit, as far as he was feeling a bit tired as far as, like magical energy, and he got beat up a little bit, but not too bad, and has been kind of maintaining himself. But I think that seeing Gale or Clock kind of reinvigorates him, and is just kind of making him focus. Okay, we need to finish this. We need to be tip-top shape, and really focuses on kind of trying to control that mist as it's coming out of the sensor to efficiently let everybody huff it, essentially. So
Nice.
Hmm.
And the room just it's like a sauna then.
For 10 feet, yeah.
Philip's outside, like thinking we're just fucking doing drugs.
Yeah. If Philip was hurt, he'd be in here too. In fact, I would include Philip if he was there.
I'm sure Philip is hurt emotionally, so he'll come in.
Yep.
To you guys, everybody will crowd
Aw,
on in.
it's so sweet looking.
Yep.
A nice, friendly circle of love.
I'll sing kumbaya.
Yeah. Led by Teth in his robot voice.
I will let Bracken move. Yeah.
So we each
All
get
right,
34.
Gale's going to break off and continue working. Philip is going to stay up here because Brackle told him that he's not fit to fight a god, so he's just going to stay up here.
Yep.
I forgot about that. You're the chosen one.
Ooh.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
I have a great idea. Can we introduce Philip and Gale, and then maybe Philip can just straight up escort Gale out of the compound?
Great. Yes.
That way you have less NPCs to deal with as well.
I have the same amount of NPCs. Philip and Gale were not going either way.
Okay. Well, you know
Although
what?
that is
I
a good
tried.
way to explain it away. Thank you for trying. I appreciate
tried.
it. 2 NPCs is not bad. It's much better than fucking 15.
Yeah.
That was the worst.
Yep. But it's a good way to preserve Philip. That was my idea.
Philip and Gale will have narrative plot armor for the next several hours of their life.
Nice.
journeying out of the prison.
Good deal.
Good. Phew.
Flynn is going to bid Philip adieu. He's been standing up with Philip, kind of guarding the room, and they've, exchanged pleasantries. And he will head over to the hole and look back at you guys and just jump down. Jump into the hole.
I'm gonna.
All right, guys, we got him. Let's leave.
Yep. I was gonna say, and then we all grab Flynn and say, "No, not yet." We want to go the entire session without going down the hole.
I'm sure it's Michael Barlos's cliffhanger that he wants to leave us off on.
I know.
I mean, we could not do the cliffhanger. That's totally fine.
We jump
your
off.
Go! I jumped down with the automaton right after Flynn.
I use my grappling hook arm to descend down elegantly.
Yes. So down in the pit, Gail's schematics were quite correct, even though she was charmed at the time. It is about 15 feet down from the floor of the room. And there is a cave, a tunnel-ish type of construction moving out to your right. And you can walk down about 120 feet or so. And as you are walking, it is quite dark down here, but you can see up ahead a faint purplish glow. And as you are moving through this tunnel, it's in front. I guess
Not
Flynn
me.
was in front, but yeah, Vern is in the back.
Mm-hmm.
You know who would be in front now? Flynn doesn't have to be in front.
I have dark vision, so
All right, Teth's going to be up front. It starts to narrow, Teth. As you're walking, it really closes in, pushing your broad shoulders to their limits of trying to squeeze through this place. It's about 5 feet wide at this point. And you come to the mouth of a cavern. It kind of weaves around a ways here. And you come out on the other side. Hopefully I have all of this vision correct so you can actually see. And you are greeted by a tiny floating orb. Is maybe foot in diameter. It's a sphere. It is a small cloud with a tiny whitish blue light at the very center of it, with pink and purple and blue clouds swirling around it, around the core. And Teth, as you come out of the mouth of this tunnel, it begins to speak to you. And it will say, "Hello, I am a Norman. Welcome to the shrine to Coralon."
Fucking Norman.
hello, Norman.
Not going to have you roll for initiative. That's not the cliffhanger. Just seeing him. That's it.
So
This is what I thought was going to happen 15 minutes into us playing.
Joke's on you.
Oh, silly DM.
No, that was a great session. I had a lot of fun. But yeah, Teth, you can see with your 60 feet of dark vision. Out in front of you is a rather long wooden bridge that you cannot see the other side of. It is quite long, and you can see that the path along this cliff that the bridge is spanning moves off to the right. So you can curve off to the right, or you can go across the bridge. And that is where we will leave off for next time.
Fucking Norman.
Just, Barlow's, my dark vision's probably a little longer than it should be.
I think I gave you 60 feet. Did I give you 60 feet?
I mean, I could see the whole bridge.
Yeah, you should.
I think
You
that's
should
lit.
only have 60 feet. Should be lit a little bit. Maybe it's just.
Maybe it's lit.
Maybe I didn't. If I didn't put it in complete darkness, it's because there are lights around. So maybe I just placed lights somewhere too. Who knows what I did with this darkness? I have no idea. I don't really care if you can see stuff in this cavern. You're gonna go to all the different places anyway.
Yeah. Joke's
Cool.
on you, we're diving down.
Please do it. Let's end this campaign early so I can start prepping for this one shot on May 13th. Cool. It was a fun session. I had a lot of fun. A lot of stuff that was unexpected. I burned through a lot of names in my name pool, but that's okay. It was all in good fun.
Oliver. Ollie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
How many variations?
Olivander.
Mm-hmm.
Olivis.
Olivier.
Olivier. Olive. Olive is a
Yeah.
legitimate name. I've had notes written in this book for 4 weeks now, preparing for what's about to happen to you guys. And I'm so excited to finally use it a month and a half after I took them.
It's okay. It'll take a month and a half to get there.
Oh yeah, that's fine, Eric. That's probably 60 feet, I would say. Or it's just lit. I don't care.
I think it's lit because
That's fine.
I can see.
Oh yeah, if Urzak can see anything anywhere, it's because the room is lit.
Yeah. Well,
Cool,
thanks for the
guys.
session, DM. I gotta use the bathroom, so
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you
Yeah,
guys. It was really fun.
Yeah. Thanks,
Have
guys.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night.
Bye.
See ya.